I just look. We're going to jump right into this, and Farmer Joey, I'm Cameron Bonzi, and I work with your mom, who's an amazing woman, and I'm with Costa Maine. All right, I'm the VP of marketing for Costa Maine. Your mom does great stuff, and we're working in partnership. And I want to introduce her to all the people that we work with, and we're going to keep pushing, farm to table kids, and you are helping with that. So I wanted,
Mhm.
yeah, Farmer Joey, Farmer Steph, welcome to the Coast of Maine show, whatever we're going to call it. We don't know yet, but we'll get some feedback on that too. So how are you
I'm
doing?
excited to get to be here. So, like, even before you have the name worked out, that means we're like high on the list.
We're very high. We're very high energy too. So, uh, but you and I did this, kind of did a test run earlier today, and we didn't have a good internet connection. I love the fact that Farmer Joey is with us. Tell us,
Mhm.
tell us a little bit about Farmer Joey and Farm to Table Kids.
Yeah. So Farm to Table Kids is a nonprofit educational farm camp in North Yarmouth, Maine, where we teach little kids how to farm. So our mission is to inspire children and families in kitchens and gardens. And that's because at Farm to Table Kids, the children learn how to grow the food, but we also do other things more than growing. What else do we do at Farm to Table Kids?
We also cook them.
We cook food. We do nature crafting. We go for forest walks.
We harvest seeds.
We harvest seeds, and we make worm hotels for compost. Yeah. So primarily, our goal is to engage children with Mother Nature to really help them find what lights their heart. We want kids to go outside when they need to find peace or adventure or fun or something to brighten their day. Mother Nature has all that, and our goal is to get kids outside to open their eyes to it.
That's wonderful. And Joey, I wanted to ask you, since you're sitting there, and I want to make sure that you're part of the conversation. But of all the things that your mom mentioned, I saw your eyes light up with the worms. But is there a particular thing that you like doing at the farm the most?
I mostly like going in the woods.
Nice. And it
What do
is.
you do in the woods?
I make forts, catch salamanders and frogs and crayfish.
That sounds pretty good to me. That's awesome. So, and then that farm space, it's right off from the fields. Is he going up there from where the farm is? Yeah.
Yep. So we farm on a 65-acre land trust in North Yarmouth Center, and it has an awesome hiking trail that goes the perimeter of the farm. And so, like we said, a lot of the kids, they come to summer camp and we make farming the core of the program, but all of the cooking and forest walk and crafting is all incorporated into it. So I always love to tell the kids, like, this is your summer, it's your summer camp. Let's go find what lights your heart. And if it's going in the forest, then we'll go do that. So again, it's all about just getting the kids engaged with nature.
So go back a little bit, because I know that, you started out just, you were a mom, 2009, you were home
Mhm.
and you
Mhm.
started doing some gardening, right? So it's kind of
That's
talk
right.
about that process and what happened when you did that.
Yeah, so in 2009, I became a stay-at-home mom, and like other first-time stay-at-home moms, you're kind of like, what do I do in between all the other things you're doing?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I'm a very high energy person and I always like to have my hands busy with something. So I went next door to my neighbor who has a tractor and I asked him to drive over and open up the ground. So our neighbor Al plowed us a big field at our old house and we started inviting our friends over every Tuesday for a free garden class. And all that was were kids going into the dirt, into the soil, and just harvesting and pulling things out of the ground and making a mess of seeds and trying things, pulling beans off of the pole and trying them and eating carrots. And it was just magical. And so then we started incorporating kind of food into the program and showing kids how to make pickles and dilly beans and sauces. And then we reached out to our friend Fred, who owns some restaurants, and we said, Fred, we've got like 40 families coming to our house every week for these garden classes. Can we do them at your restaurants? So we started doing them at the restaurants then.
That's
And
so.
then, if I keep going, the restaurants went from we did that for a couple years. We had the YMCA coming, schools were coming, and they were just coming to these raised bed gardens I was making in parking lots of restaurants all around Portland and Freeport.
That's so great. So great.
Yeah.
And then you move forward and tell the whole story about Farm to Table Kids getting the award, and then what happened with
Yeah.
Joe.
So then, Farm to Table Kids, we had so many people coming. We won an Entrepreneur Award in 2015 as one of the most inspired entrepreneurial businesses in Maine. And we were so excited because I was like, oh my gosh, people notice these little gardens I have in random parking lots from Portland to Bangor. And I took care of a garden in Bangor too. And they, yeah, we won an Entrepreneur Award. But 10 days later, my little guy, Joey, Farmer Joey, was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And so he's obviously okay now.
Yeah.
But during that time, we stopped everything and we lived out of Boston Children's Hospital. And Joey's great now, but everything stopped for 2 years. So when we came back in 2017, we relocated back to Maine. I was at a crossroads where I had to decide, do I go get a 9-to-5 job with health benefits? Or do I follow my passion in my heart and just try to make a go for the big dream I had in my head of this educational farm campus for kids? And so, you know me, I had to follow my heart. And so I started developing the campus as we know it at Skyline Farm for Farm to Table Kids, where we have that big 56-acre land trust, and we've got our big 20 by 60 cedar frame solar powered greenhouse. We have sunflower forest. We have the flower field, the veggie fields. What else do we have there? Is that everything? Just about? What's your favorite part of the farm campus?
I'd say sunflower forest.
Yeah, tell Cameron, what's sunflower forest?
I love sunflower forest. I've seen it. I've seen it when it was alive, and I've seen it when it was dead. So
that's right.
Yeah.
So tell them what it is.
Sunflower forest is a pretty big dirt mound with a lot of living sunflowers on them. Some other living things like cucumbers live on this little kind of metal kind of hall. And we have a slide down and wood chip pathways along with wood stairs back up to the top of the slide.
Yay!
See, that's awesome because I've been there. I've been through it. I actually videotape it. Was there with the kids. It was actually one of my favorite video shoots too. I think it just like seemed like a magical place, especially to go as a kid and just go play and discover. And I think that's the best of what you do as far as in teaching and inspiring young people and others. So, you get this going in 2015, you got to take 2 years off, you come back, it's 2017. Coast of Maine's been involved for a while, trying to help you out and get the word out, and you keep doing wonderful things. So it's easy to do this partnership. But kind of talk about you're doing the farm to table with restaurants, farm to table with schools, working with other Maine garden vendors like Johnny Seeds. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so we are a Maine company. We're a Maine nonprofit. And because we're a nonprofit, we really do rely on relationships with our local suppliers. So Coast of Maine, you're our people. Love you guys. We legitimately couldn't do what we do without you because we don't use chemicals at our farm. We don't spray with them. I run 12 weeks of summer camp programming, and during those weeks, we have 30 kids eating out of the field every minute of the day. And so we don't use chemicals. The only amendments we make to our program is Coast of Maine products in our soil. So in that solar panel greenhouse I was mentioning, every raised bed in there is filled with the Coast of Maine raised bed mix. And we use all your amendments like the buds in bloom out in the field. So that's what we use on our plants to keep everything healthy. And then because we are so stringent with what we put on our vegetables and how we grow, we sell to really great restaurant partners. So we sell to Gather in Yarmouth, Owl and Elm, locally sauced.
We also deliver it to schools like MSAD or
MSAD 51.
yeah.
Yep. So what we noticed is we deliver produce to the schools. And last year, when we were in session full time, they were putting them on the salad bars. And we were putting the Farm to Table Kids logo next to the veggies we were bringing on in from the farm. And so many local kids visit the farm, whether it's through school field trips or the summer camp program. They were eating the food, right? Like kids were going to the salad bar and saying, I grew those tomatoes, and they were eating more of them, which is amazing. And because during the off season, like this time of year and through the winter, I also go into school systems. And normally I would bring like freshly harvested celery from the fields with some sunflowers we harvest from sunflower forest. And we would make sun butters in a Cuisinart with some honey and salt. And the kids would eat it with the fresh celery or other things we make. What else do we make from the garden?
We make
Chips with?
chips.
No, we make what? What goes with the chips? We make the chips. What do we dip in them? Salsa?
Salsa.
Salsa. And what do we make in the jars? And all the kids always think I say we're going to make jelly beans, and then they get upset because they're what kind of beans? Jelly beans?
Jelly beans.
The jelly beans? When we packed the string of beans in mason jars, and I have the kids put like the vinegar and the water and everything, the brine in with it, and the kids will shake it when we're done, and they say, when does it turn to jelly beans? And I'm like, no, it's a jelly bean, totally different.
So what I want to know something from Joey is that is this going to your school too? So is
Yeah.
it where you go to school, and so farm to table kids are there, and then kids must think that your mom's pretty cool?
I guess so.
I apparently never thought of that before. Yeah, maybe you should spend some time thinking about that.
No, but I mean, look at the stuff she's doing. And she's got farm to table kids at school, and the kids are understand vegetables and they like them more because they help to grow them. I mean, that's a cool thing, right?
Honestly, I think everything my mom does is amazing.
I love that. That is
It's
amazing.
No,
That's my favorite line of this entire show. So that's
it's
awesome.
so nice to have the partnerships that we do with local businesses.
Yeah.
Like we said, Coast of Maine, we use your products, and you've been at Night at the Museum, our annual fundraiser, which is so fun. But we also work closely with Johnny's Seeds up in Winslow, Maine.
Great
They donate
company.
seeds to our program.
Yep.
They've also donated a food mill where we use it in the greenhouse to show kids how to make raspberry jam and different salsas. We work with Alan Sterling and Skillins, our local greenhouse nurseries. We work with High Mowing Organics, also in New England and Vermont. So we couldn't do what we do because we are a small, new nonprofit. We wouldn't be able to make the impact that we do without the partners that we have. So we're so grateful for the big hearts out there in the agricultural world that see the importance behind what we're doing, because there are so many growers out there, so many amazing growers. In Maine itself, we have Elliot and Clara Coleman, we have Frith Farm down south. Like, we have incredible farmers here.
Yes.
What's that?
We also have my mom.
And me. I'm not at the scale of like an Elliot Coleman, but the thing is, I love to connect with kids. So that's where I find my place in all of this, is being able to connect with kids in nature and help them find what lights their heart.
Well, you've done that, and you've clearly done it with Joey. You've done it with me at Coast of Maine. I know that when you talk about Skillins and Alan Sterling, Lothrop, and the local garden centers, that's also a core of what Costa Maine is. I mean, we started out, Carlos Chiano started the company in, 96 and worked his tail off to build this brand. And it's the local independent garden centers that built this brand, and they are exactly the people you're talking about. They're just wonderful people, and they're hardworking, and they want to help the community. And so a huge part of the Coast of Maine, um, part of what our goal is to bring the garden center closer to the community and work with folks like you. We do a farm to table, or excuse me, we do a growing good program where we donate to the schools. So that whole thing is about this partnership and community. And I think that you and I, Farm to Table Kids, Coast of Maine, we can continue to grow and hope to get your message out there and a lot of people's messages out there. So um, talk about your Facebook page, talk about your YouTube channel, talk about your website. I know you know how to talk, so go for it.
I do. Ready? Okay. No, so we've been working hard, and you've been so encouraging. I have to thank you, Cameron. You've been so encouraging to just be behind me, being like, "You're doing such a great job." I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's really hard to run a farm program
Yep.
and then write grants and try to get sponsors and try to get all the equipment and then run a summer camp program on top of it and have to do all the permits and licensing and all those things. And I'm a one-man show. And so we have an awesome board, and we have a great person that helps farm in the summertime. But again, we couldn't do it without partners like you guys. And we have really been working on, myself, Joey's sister Autumn, Caroline, and our other farm friends have all been working on special how-to videos for kids.
Yeah.
So Joey has like a how-to, what's your cooking video? You did a pepper salad video recently. We did a seed saving video together. So we have lots of how-to videos for kids and families interested in gardening. And Cameron and I talk a lot about how last spring, a lot of people got into gardening for the first time, which is amazing. And we really want to keep that momentum going and keep people encouraged with however your garden went this year. Let's hope you can build on that. So we want to help you build on that. So we've been creating how-to videos that are age appropriate for any children to watch, as well as any family member to watch. And they range from farming to cooking and crafting with nature. So all the things, the highlights of kind of what we do at farm camp and what I see really light kids up are the things we're putting into video now for you guys to enjoy. And you can find those on our website. What's our website, Farmer Joe?
FarmToTableKids.com.
Yes, it's FarmToTableKids.com. And you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
What about Twitter?
I'm not on Twitter.
Oh. When people say something about Twitter, I'm just like, I think my mom has Twitter or something.
So we're not on Twitter yet, but
yeah. I think you're going to be all over the place. And I think that, this has been a great first show for us. And just to get that chemistry and start to organize this thing and be able to get that goodwill and some following. So I'm looking forward to the future of all of this and working with you. For the folks that are watching this, that are in our, if we want to call it our audience or whatever it is, I would like feedback, like to be able to name this show, and it may just be Coast of Maine, but it may be something else. It may be Farm to Table Kids in Coast of Maine or whatever it is. But Joey, you were special to have on this show, and I know you're a special kid and your mom's a special person. I just want to thank you for being here. You added so much to this show. It's awesome. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me.
All right. Have a great night. All right.
Thanks, Cameron.
All right,
Thank you,
guys.
Coast of Maine.
We'll see you later. Bye.